Hey everybody, Sean Holsinger here from holsingersflyshop.com. Bringing you another fly tying video today. Today I'm tying another classic wet fly. This is one that I've fished for years, and we fish it on Kettle Creek a lot in the spring. It's a blue quill. Blue quills, it can work for a quill Gordon, different things like that too. But it's meant to be a blue quill imitation, and that's what we're tying it as. So. Great pattern, great early spring pattern. Another thing about this fly is it's going to teach you proportion, and it's going to keep your body thin. That's sometimes when you're a novice tyer, new beginning tyer, you tend to get your body thick. Using these quills, you're going to keep your body thinner. So that's a good thing. You know, it's going to match the hatch a lot better and catch you more fish. But you know, if you got any questions about wet fly fishing, please throw them down in the comments down below. I'll try to get back to you on them, or email me. And but until you do that, watch the video, learn how to tie this. Here's where you're going to see the fly and the material list to tie it. Okay guys, here you see the fly in the vise. Let's get into tying it. Really cool old classic pattern. And we're going to tie it on a Firehole hook, a barbless hook like I always do. And this is a 6/18 and the size is size 16. So I'll tie it in a 16, 14. I want it kind of small, even in 18 sometimes. But what we're going to start out with is some 70 Denier Tan Thread, and I'm just going to wrap that back towards the bend there. Next thing I'm going to use is a medium done Hen Hackle here, and I'm going to tie off one on, pull off one on the bottom here to get some big long tail fibers. And I'm just going to pull a clump off, and then I'm going to bind them all together so I get them all the same length. And we're going to go a little bit shy of the length of the hook. So I don't want a big long extreme tail here. I want it to look natural. And we're just going to cover that down on the hook here. You can trim it off if you want, but I want a little bit of body because my next material isn't going to really create any body for me. So now you can take the next piece of material I'm going to use is some hand strip quills. These are natural Polish quills. Natural is the color. And I'm just going to pull one out of the pack here. And you can see they're dark on one side, light on the other. And then on the end it has some of the peacock herl left on it. So I'm just going to trim that part off, and we're going to tie it in by that peacock herl. Now this is a pretty light end here, and it's kind of brittle, so you got to be soft with your wraps or you'll break it off when you go to wrap it on here next, and I probably will anyway, but we'll see. And then I don't wet these. I find if I'm just careful with them, I don't need to wet them. So we want to get nice good tight wraps here. And using the tan thread showing through is nice. Use dark gray, or sorry, light gray if you don't have tan. Light gray would be just as good, if not better. And we just want to wrap this forward. Side by side wraps. And you're going to make a nice quill body here. Alright, once we get this up to the end, we're going to tie it off. Now, you can, if you want, we will, just for the sake of doing it. I'm going to hit a little bit of bone dry on here, and that's going to protect the fish from tearing that up and breaking that, so you don't lose a fly. Lose a fly to mechanical failure, I'll say. There we go. That's going to protect your fly. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my wing on. And for the wing, I'm using a match set of duck quills. These are medium done. And I've been picking at these pretty good here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the feather, and I'm going to take a hook, put it in a pair of hackle pliers, and I want to get the right length, and the right length is 1 hook gap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my feather down there, lay my hook on top of it, right on the edge, poke it through, and separate it out, okay? And that'll get me 1 hook gap worth of feathers, and that's how much I want. And I'm going to use a matched pair. So the bag comes with 4. I'm going to use 1 from each side. You'll see when you pull them out there, there'll be 2 feathers from each side of the bird. Okay, I'll set that one down. Then I'll grab the other side, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to put my hook in there, separate the right amount out, and pull it apart, and then we'll trim that off. Now when you do this, you're going to have like a concave and a convex side. I want the concave sides going together, I guess it would be. Okay, you see here, they both curve inward. I want the inward curves touching each other. And I want the tips together. So I'm going to put those tips together, put the feathers together since they're the same length, and there you see you get a nice matched wing. Now I'm going to set this on top of here. I want to see where it goes, and I want my feather to end up just right in the beginning of the tail. So once I get that, I'm going to switch fingers, hold it on top, and we're going to pinch these down. To do that, I'm going to pull my thread up through my fingers, and then I'm going to bring it down the other side, and I'm just going to pinch it down tight. And when I do that, that should put me right on top of that hook, just right where I want to be. Okay, you got to pinch it down tight there or it'll wrap around. Now, we're just going to trim all these fibers off the front. And we're going to clean up our head here a little bit. And I don't want to build up a lot right now, because I still need to put some hackle on here. So, next thing we're going to do, we're going to go back to my hackle, and I'm going to pick one further up in here to get the right length. And again, you want the length of your hackle to be the width of your hook gap. So this one ought to be pretty good here. And I'm just going to peel the tips back a little bit and trim off the end, make a nice little triangle to tie down here. We're going to tie this down, and then I'm going to wrap this forward to hackle this up here. So I'm going to put my hackle pliers on to make it smoother. Make it easier, I won't lose grip of it. And then we're just going to wrap this forward, and as we wrap, peel them fibers back. And I want to get about 2 or 3 good turns here. Okay, and now I'm going to tie it off. I'll usually make like 3 good wraps, get it a nice tug, and then trim. Then I'll take my fingers, I'm going to pull everything backwards, and I'm going to finish up with a nice little head here. So there we go. Gonna get this head whip finished off and we're done. This is a nice hatch. Get it on Kettle Creek. We get it around our place here in central Pennsylvania. So it's a pretty popular fly here in Pennsylvania, and it's a great one to swing. Even if you're not fishing, even if there's not a blue quill hatch, but there is a hatch coming off, this can kind of be a nice generic pattern. You can see how nice that looks there. So give that a try. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed tying it because it's one of those classic patterns that I've fished for years. And I enjoy tying the old wet flies. I just love doing it. I love bringing them to you. And, You guys like watching them, it seems. I always get a lot of views on my wet flies, so I try to tie them. I've been trying to tie them more often for you. I hope you're enjoying it. Like I said earlier, give me a comment on it. If there's one that you want to see, if there's a pattern that you like and would like to share that I could tie for other people, you know, suggest it. Drop it down in the comment for me. But, you know, until then, if you need any of the material, like always, any of the material to tie this, you can find it at our website, holsingersflyshop.com. And I started here a while back, put in the description, down in the description, there is links to everything. So any of the material that we have, we put a link to it down there. So I hope that helps you out too. If you have any questions, looking for a guided trip, I do guiding. You can reach me at holsingersflyshop@gmail.com. And like always, you know, go to our shop, holsingersflyshop.com, for all your tying needs and your fishing needs. We got some nice rods and boots and everything there. I hope you stop in the shop. If you do, you know, stop in, say hi, get me to run over or whatever if I'm not available, if I'm not there at the time. So thanks for watching, guys. I love bringing these to you, and until next time, I'm Sean Holsinger.